sometimes even if people don't care to have their acceptance or what is it like their praise, sometimes you gotta do it.
You got to.
Yeah, you just gotta do it. Like
It's a reassurance.
yeah, but even if they don't, like like they don't even go looking for it.
Yeah.
I just say it.
Yeah.
You know.
Because usually the ones who don't go looking for it are the ones who need it the most sometimes.
Yeah. No facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. You ready?
All right. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit! Let me make sure I'm not spinning your ear. Welcome back. If people gonna be listening to this in their car on their headphones, like, damn, that nigga loud. Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stepback podcast. I am your host, Elliot Brew, here with a couple of my good fellas right here. My man D, my man Mel, Oakland, California's finest right here. Some of the best hoopers that come out of the Bay in this century season. So pretty much what we finna get into now is just, what's going on now with these guys, and myself included, and, where basketball's kind of taking us. So, for me, you guys know, I've been refereeing for almost a decade now. I've been doing it for a minute. I fell in love with it early, and I just continued. But I'm really curious, and another reason why I brought these guys on is because I'm cool with them. I've known them for a long time. We haven't been hella close, but anytime I interact with them, it's like brothers. I appreciate y'all. And I want to know more about what y'all are doing off the court, or not off the court, but outside of game of basketball. So, if y'all feel free want to share.
You want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, it's been a crazy year, honestly. When I put the ball down legit, told my agent I was done. So like last August, with no real like direction, like you figure this what you're gonna do your whole life. So I just knew like, man, I knew I wanted to own my own businesses. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I also wanted to learn a little more before I really jumped head first. And I know that a lot of people say you got to do it. So, I went through a real little rough patch, and I was trying to jump very high, without actually walking first. I was trying to jump before walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually just, over the time, after working a little odd jobs here, I worked at a gym. Just like, I'm have to do what I gotta do to get where I wanna go. I gotta put some real groundwork in with this transition. And so I ended up working for a gym, left that, ended up getting hired with our professional soccer team that we got now in Oakland, which is at a startup with like a lot of great things going on. So I was able to get up in there I was able to get in there as a ticket sales representative, and then I just got my title and everything bumped up to account executive. So I was just working from the ground up, being there, and then I was actually able to link with two business partners of mine, and get my cannabis license.
Nice. And
also be a director of a performance company first and foremost, but has a soccer department that's doing really well, and then a basketball department that we're about to really launch very soon. So I think just that is what's going on with me right now, being able to grow my mind and then really jump, in there strategically on my entrepreneur, adventure. So I think that's what's really going on with me right now.
You said you're starting a basketball. I'm sorry, you say that again? You said
I'm a director of basketball at a performance company.
What's the name of the company you're
Fast Functional Feet.
Okay,
actually super dope, dope people.
Yeah.
Actually, we both know Derek, so Derek kind of linked me with his big brother, and his big brother linked me to Chris and then Boya and Nick, and they just like, I respect who you are as a basketball player. I respect your mind for the game.
Yep.
And it was a mutual understanding. Like, it was a mutual like, all right, you want what I want. They wanna be great. Like, they want to do things that inspire and impact people, and that's always aligned with my morals. So it was nothing for me to be like, yeah, let's do it. And then on top of that, what's gonna come with it in the long run, having some ownership there, and things like that, things that I could pass down to the generations after me, and kind of change my family course, or my as they would say, the family curse. So that was more so like an easy decision to like go with them, especially at a time where I was really like, I don't want nothing to do with basketball. Like, and when we get into that more, like the real mindset of what even getting to where I am now. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, some people don't even care to know, you know. But for the ones that you kind of talk to them about, you know, I have to call him.
Yeah.
You know, so this transition has been interesting, to say the least.
You want to get into it now?
No, 'cause I want my man to, you know, say exactly this transition, because that's a whole conversation in itself that's gonna come along with other questions. So, yeah, but that's just everything now. I'm doing Oakland roots and cannabis and basketball.
Good for you, dog. Good for you. I mean, we're here to you know, to excel and just do the best we can and promote anything we got going. You know, we all have pretty good platforms, and anytime we get the word out, help each other out, it's all good. So, salute to you, brother. Salute. My boy Mel, what's going on with you, boy?
Man, nothing much. My transition. Like I said, I stopped playing. Very end.
Turn your mic on.
Oh shit. My bad. My transition. I stopped playing the very end of 2015.
Yeah.
From 2015 to like 2017, I was just living life. Like I had moved to LA. Me and my bro E, we were just out there, just living, chilling and shit. Not doing too much. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. For the longest, I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I ain't finished school. I ain't really, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really have like a set idea of where I wanted my life to go. Like I always knew I wanted to be like, so I didn't want to like, you feel me, just be a fuck up. But I didn't know like exactly what and how. And I ended up going to school where we at right now, SAE for audio engineering. It's like a 9-month program, and I finished. I started like October 2017, finished August 2018, and I was still living in LA then. And I was like trying to find a job and shit, but I couldn't find no jobs like working. Like when I got out of school, I was looking for like a few months and shit. Like normally when you finish, you'll go to like a recording studio. You'll be like kind of like a runner. Like you'll be in there and you'll like if someone needs them in the studio, get the shit from the studio. You might work at the front desk or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find like no job doing that because people like they work their way up the ranks and shit. That's how like they end up being like the head engineer and shit like that at the studio. Just like years of doing that.
Yeah.
And then one of my homies was one of my teachers was the DJ, and he had taught me like a little bit. He had gave me like a little rundown of it. But one of my partners was a DJ, my homie Chris. Shout out DJ Critty. And I hit him and I was like, bro, you can show me how to DJ? And he was like, yeah, it's all good. So I got with him a few times, probably like 3-4 times. He like showed me the basics of it, and then he was like, man, you ready to go? Just like take it and run with it. And I never forget the first day I ever DJ was his nigga's birthday. It was December the 7th, 2018.
Yep.
I DJ'd at this clothing store called ID downtown. I just DJ'd there for probably 5 to 9. They do like something every Friday where they try to have live music and people come in and shop.
Yeah.
And then we did a house party for him at my partner's house. And then shit from there, I didn't stop. I just kept going and going. And shit. Probably like the first few months I was just doing like parties for, actually I can't even really remember it now. It's just like a breeze, but I started getting like, I met a few promoters and I did like some bars and shit. And then from there, I caught my first big break when I went on tour with All Black, Offset Jim.
That was super dope.
That was dope. Shout out my bro Roller. He had hit me. He was like, bro, Jim and Prada Mac and Geechee need a DJ. You trying to get on tour with us? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm fucking with it. So we did like 5 shows we went to Sacramento, did Santa Cruz, we did Fresno, we did Santa Barbara, and we did LA on like a week span. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was like really when I like went from like being cool like to really being comfortable, because like DJing in the club, you don't really gotta like, for me, just like if your personality is just like laid back, you don't gotta talk too much. You behind the booth, all you doing is controlling the music. But when I was on tour, I would have to like, I would hold down the set in between when Jim got off to when Black got on, and I was just like, man, fuck it, I'm just going to just have fun. And I just got out there, played my music, interacted with the crowd, danced with them and shit, just had fun and shit. It's just like I got threw in the fire. Like I only been doing it for like a few months, so it was just like it threw me in the fire, and I feel me. Had my stumbles across the way, but for the most part it was smooth. Like everything went good, so it was like I felt like after that I had way more confidence. And then of course I'm going on tour with people that's like they got like their name is solidified in the Bay as rappers. So that didn't do nothing but like push me up, like cement me as like I'm, for me, I'm like really doing it, like I'm really official, like I'm not like just like playing around with it. I'm really trying to make it something serious. So I went like did the whole summer just doing like usual shit. You start out DJing, like people will hit you like I want like my mom's having a party or I'm trying to have like a party, Airbnb party and shit, which I wouldn't suggest nobody do. Like shit's ain't really safe like that. But did that shit for like a year. Did Rolling Loud. That was another big one. Me and Jim had a set at Rolling Loud. We did that one in September. Did some other stuff, but yeah, just and I just threw my first party last Thursday, so it was cool. Just trying to like branch off and like do some like my own thing. You feel me? Like
brand himself.
Like not like as a promoter, but like you know, just like throw my own shit. Like this is mine. Like this is you feel me? It's like my brand. I want to like you feel me? Do it a certain way and like build off of it. So that was cool. But yeah. That's really how I got started. I really just got started because I couldn't find no job. Like, I couldn't find no job doing this shit. I was like, man, DJing might be cool. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Just tried it. That shit was hella fun. So, shit, that was cool. And I feel like basketball helped me because when I first started, it was times where I would just be in the house all day. I would just be in front of the turntable for like 6 hours just practicing, just like trying to figure out how to get it right. Or like how to like match this BPM with this one. Or like find different parts of the song that like how to find your ins and outs on how to get in and out of a song and just shit like that. So it was like just like having work ethic, like not you feel me, like being trained my whole life to like go to the gym or to go to study hall or to go do this work. So you feel me, if your GPA dip under this, you can't play. So it was like it was nothing for me to put the work in to like you feel me actually have the skills, because I would never call myself a DJ if I couldn't like do certain shit that a DJ is supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it's just like
you probably have that repetition, right? It's
for sure.
As hoopers and athletes, we get that work ethic at a young age, right? Well, for the most part, I'm not gonna say all hoopers, but the ones that are really good at what they do, right? Good hoopers, they have a level of work ethic that just correlates to anything else they're passionate about, right? I mean, for you, like you have that work ethic, and you always want to get what's next, right? You want to stay in the field of sports, right? So you work with the roots, right? You want to do something with basketball, so you just connected with people you're familiar with, and you're gonna work on this basketball program. For you, Mil, it's DJing, right? You know, on turntable 6 hours, and it's that 6 hours probably didn't feel like much because you've been on court for 6 hours getting shots up or working on your handles. You know, for me, it's the same thing. Refereeing, reading rules for 4 hours a night, going on the court, just doing. You know, I gotta get in front of the mirror and like practice my travel calls. Like
that's what I want to ask. Not to cut you off, because I know we tell our transition, but now what's going on with you? Like you can kind of hear what's going on with us. I'm doing roots, basketball, cannabis, and building businesses. What's going on with you? Like what's going on with you?
Man, I appreciate that. So just right now, I'm working college. Right, this is my 3rd season working college basketball. This is a blessing for me because I'm one of the youngest junior college referees in the state of California.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that. 3 years ago, when I first started, I was the youngest. I was 22 years old when I got my contract. And I've just been working hard, dude. And I got to go to LA in 2017 and got in contact with, you know, some good mentors of mine, and they threw me into the fire like you got thrown into the fire, and I had to do pro-am games and didn't know any pro rules and getting yelled at by some of the best athletes in the world because I'm messing up and stuff like that.
Drill league out there?
Nah, I haven't done the drill yet. I want to. That would be a great experience. But I've done other pro-ams. I did the Venice Beach League out there back when that was big. Cool. And I've done some other high-profile events. I can't mention for sure, but like I've done some other high-profile events.
Yeah.
And you know, you surround yourself with people who are at the level you want to be, right?
For sure.
For you, it's like.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. Like, my bad, I didn't cut you
No,
off. It's like I don't know if it's like with y'all, but like, say you told me you did training camp with the Warriors, like when I was getting ready to go to Summer League in Vegas. So it's like when you do certain shit, it's like I know when we went to Rolling Loud, it's like, damn, we in here with like all these artists that got like millions of fans and shit. So that just make you want to like work even harder. It's like, man, it's kind of like you don't fan out because you got a job to do, but it's like, damn, like this is what I want to do. Like I want to be able to do some shit like this, like all summer. I don't want to come to one festival. I want to do like 15 and go to 15 different countries. So that just make you want to work harder. Like you feel me? I don't want to just be here for the training camp for the summer. I want to be a fucking NBA ref nigga that you seeing on TNT. You feel me? And ESPN. Like you feel? I want people to see my face here and there. It just make you want to work harder and like surround yourself with more people that want to get on like the common goal or that want to like be great. Like you want to be great.
You want to surround yourself with people who are like aspiring for that level or are already there or been there, and you want to get the blueprint, and from there you want to create your own narrative, right? You want to create your own story, right?
Sure.
And like for you're around All Black, right? He has like a name in the Bay already, so you want to create your own name, and you're doing that, right?
Sure.
For me, I had to get around other high-profile officials, and I had to pick their brains, and I had to just become a student of the game, like I mentioned earlier, because that's what it takes in order to get picked up at that next level.
Yeah.
Right? And then obviously the talent level, you got to surround yourself as well, because from college and high school to doing, professional NBA stuff, it's night and day difference, and we know that. We've seen it. We know those people that play at that level. So you have to surround yourself with those kind of players and deal with their. I wouldn't say you have to deal with their personalities, because
their egos.
Yeah,
their egos.
You do, because it's a different thing though, right? You're still an amateur in high school and college, and professionals. This is your job.
For sure.
You're getting paid. You're living off of this one game.
For sure.
Right?
If you have a bad season, you miss out on your contract. How many people that had an off year and missed out on a contract year, got an injury, missed out on?
I mean, think about like Melo. Like I know that's not that was out of his control, but Melo missed almost 2 seasons, and he got a non-guaranteed contract to start, and a guaranteed contract league.
That's persistence, though.
Oh, absolutely.
That's belief.
Absolutely.
Like if people don't look at that in a deeper aspect of life, like you missed the whole point, bro. Like
for sure,
I applaud Melo so much for that. Like the way his whole. That's why you get what you put out, but sometimes that turnaround is not as fast as you want it to be.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you see stuff like that, you gotta take the motivation out of everything you see, like the positive out of everything you see.
Yeah.
I feel like someone told me, one of my homies had told me, we was just talking, we was on the way to LA one day. He was telling me, it was a point of view that I never really looked at. He was like, cause he had just started coaching high school basketball. Shout out Justin.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
He was
Big
like,
bro.
he was like, man, if you really think about it, you've been working your whole life to get to this point. Like, you might not know that you was gonna be a DJ, but like, you've been working your whole life to get to this point. Cause like, for me, you've been a cool nigga your whole life. Like, I've been cool. Like, even before I was DJing, I knew everybody that comes out to DJ where I'm at. Like, I have relationships with people. I was cool with people. You feel me? And like, you've been working to like. You just being a good person, like it's easy to just be like a snake or to like fuck people over and shit like that. Like who's to say I could have been like, you feel me? I knew All Black on Offset Gym before I was DJing. If I'd have just been some suck ass nigga, like you feel me, they probably wouldn't have fucked with me. Like Mil's just a sucker. Like you feel me, he be doing snake shit. But you feel me? If you be cool, you be a cool nigga your whole life. You feel me? That's what opens doors for you. Cause I be like people like really like think shit is easy sometimes. And, like it's not, bro. Like you feel me? Like if I could have like you feel me just been like. I could have been a nigga with no morals, no principles, no standards and shit like that. And that shit probably would have closed doors for me that opened, like, you feel me, just by standing firm on what I believe in, you feel me? I feel like it's probably like the same for you. Like, you feel me, just coming up, being trained to be a good person. Like, you feel me, it's just like, it's seamless when you go out there and you refereeing. Because you feel me, you treat people how you want to be treated, you know what I mean? Like, it's seamless for me, like. When I want to get there early. I don't want to be hella late when I'm doing shit so people want to bring me back to do shit. Like, you feel me? I don't give people no trouble. I'm not the nigga that's trying to get 17 people in free to this party because I know you got to make money doing this party. So I bring myself. I try and tell everybody else to pay. I might bring 1 or 2 people with me, you feel me? But I'm not trying to, like, get over on niggas. So, like, people, like, they respect that. They might not tell you that, but everybody takes notice of it, and that's just going to push you further.
They recognize it, bro.
Yeah,
they for sure recognize it.
For sure.
And like, for me, like, I referee every single game like this. And I've done it even when I was younger and I didn't have as much experience. I referee every single game like I'm one of the players on the court, right? And I use that player mentality. And, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, this may sound like some, like, superhero type of shit. I got a skill, like high key, I have a skill where I can recall a play from the position in which the player, like, most players are on the court. Like, I could take mental snapshots of stuff then try to put myself in their position because I played that many games. It's like, all right, this is what this looks like. Like, this is what this looks like. Or for referees, because I've been in those same positions too. And that makes me, I feel like that makes me a higher quality official. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like, when you hop out onto the court, you gotta be able to relate to the players in some type of way. Like, you gotta be able to at least relate to your crowd. Like, for you, Mel, like for you, D, you gotta understand who you're working with in order to be that much more successful, right?
Sure.
Like, you gotta understand what kind of personality you're dealing with. Like, for you, D, like when you're working with the Roots, when you have somebody's account, you may need to understand what type of business this person or this company has, right? And like how they operate, and maybe do some background research on it in order to maybe get higher into that field.
Bro, but you know what's so crazy, bro? And the fact that you bring up Roots and just hearing the stories of how you adapt and being cool. Like, so the same thing is him, right? Like, I've always been a cool person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've always been cool. For the most part, I speak to people that I actually know.
Yep.
You know, so with this transition and going to a startup, which a lot of people don't know the insides of what goes on at startups that plan to be really big and generate millions of dollars. I don't think people understand that. So with me, when I was younger, bro, like, and it's crazy to be in this position now because when I talk about when I was younger, I would tell people, like, when adults would ask what you want to be when you get older, I would always say a businessman. Like, I promise you, I would say, what you see as, like, what picture of yourself do you have in the future? And I always say, mine's with a suit and tie.
Yep.
Because I always had this mind, in my mind that, like, I'm going to play ball, use that money to create businesses. So somehow, as you're younger, you speak this into the universe, you know? So with me being at a startup like Oakland Roots and getting a chance to be in certain meetings and learn certain things that drive and keep businesses really running. Because at the end of the day, everything we do is a business.
Yep.
You think of the Warriors, and when you think of these big organizations or big companies, it's business. You have to generate revenue. You know, you have to have a, certain, like, it's crazy just being a part of something like that, to see it, and then you learn things early that you can apply to your entrepreneurial adventures, you know? So I think that was like the biggest thing for me is, okay, I'm saying I want to be an entrepreneur, and I get the chance to firsthand be around some young entrepreneurs. Like, my CMO, Idris, super dope. Like, bro, he's into creating, he's an innovator. So when I get a chance to be under him and then be around a group of people who help make this goal manifest, it's crazy. Like, so you always want to be around people who think of the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
You know, and then I'm getting a chance to speak with multimillionaires, build relationships with investors who give you pointers. Like, I'm going to listen to somebody who is a good person, but also is telling me how he just sold a company for X millions of dollars. And listen to their advice and listen to their story, because it may match with my story. It may help me grow on where I want to go. So I think now that I finally got the chance to realize, like, oh, you're in a position that can help you as an individual for the things that you want out of life. And that's why, it was so much bigger than me. Then I'm doing the chance to help do something that is revolutionary to the city I grew up in. Like, where are we gonna ever get a chance to have professional soccer in Oakland? You know, like,
I couldn't fathom it, honestly.
And one of the highest paying sports in the world that can help my community, help kids. Because we played soccer when we were younger for kids who had certain parents who understood that. But I think people don't.
I feel you, bro.
You
Them
know,
niggas ain't really finna help us, though. You want to be, like, realistic. They helping the new Oakland. But I respect
No.
They
And
not
I'm getting
helping
at.
us if you, like,
No,
us.
I get what you're getting at, but that's why. But they want to. You know what we have in mind.
They gonna say that, bro.
Nah, but
they
listen
not
what I'm
really
saying.
trying-
Listen what I'm saying, Mil. Cause I'm in them. I'm in those meetings.
But
every day.
that's with any team though. Like, nigga, the Warriors don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. So people I'm getting at, and this is why it really aligns my morals. And of course, you gotta adjust to you gotta always adapt to the way of the world. But I can't full on say they're not trying to do that when every day it seems like it's not what it perceives itself to be. But when you're in there every day and you're really seeing what's going on, it's like, oh, y'all really are making a conscious effort. It's just about who's really believing in what's going on. You still gotta go with your masses. But I know for me, one of my missions while I'm there and while I'm growing with them is to help, us. So how can I help give my people a different point of view or a different outlook at this sport, because at the end of the day, anything that people of color put their mind to and do, whether it's sports, whether it's business, we flourish.
Yeah.
You know, we flourish, and I wholeheartedly believe that. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's like, where do I want to set my mark in life? Like my evaluations, and I love that I was told this, is that my company was like, you know, you've been doing pretty well, you've been doing good. Here are things we want to improve on. And one of the things I took from that was like, take control of your career.
Yeah.
Like I'm at a startup when I'm learning, they said take control of your career. They changed my job title, which I was already doing that, but to help further me in life, just in case I want to move on. And so when you think of that, and that's what I got around me. Like, I got a guy named Tommy that I work with. He's hella Oakland, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to the point where he knows facts and things about Oakland that we don't know.
Yeah.
That a lot of people that we grew up with wouldn't know. You know, so the skin color may be different, but that don't really move me in the sense of, like, I think different races are who they pursue, or what the stereotypes make them out to be.
I
So,
feel that for sure,
yeah.
but I just feel like I don't know, they got to show me otherwise to say that they really trying to like help out, and you feel me, like they really care about Oakland, like, you know what I mean, like just for any city, like shit, the Warriors, they first chance they got, they bolted, put on the court. San Francisco, you never see Oakland on the court when it was
Facts, I believe that.
like,
But it's things that I know, Mil, that I can't say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's projects and things that I know that I can't say.
Yeah.
So, and
but
that's
you
what...
gotta look at it like, some of this shit is like, they have to do. Like, you have to, you can't have a basketball team without having community relations, because who's gonna come out to see you play? Like, you can't have any sports team. Like, I just like, you feel me? And I know sports, and like, what's the word for it? I'm drawing a blank. Like, whatever, doing work for the community is doing work for the community. But I just
outreach.
Outreach is outreach. But like, me personally, I don't buy it. I don't think that there's many.
I was catting, but it was candy. It was so good. Like
the BGs afterwards?
Nah, it was cool.
Oh shit.
But that's because I've been eating bad, bro, for the past year. So my body has adapted to these bad foods, bro. Like,
bro, when I started meal prepping, and I took like a month off and just got lazy, bro, I had the BGs for that whole month, bro. It was nasty.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I had BGs back from Thailand. When I came back from Thailand, bro, I did the stupidest thing ever, bro. Like, bro, I literally ate, bro, like, pieces of steak, bro, from Round Table at the Chinese airport, bro. Like, in Beijing. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, who does that? But the picture, the marketing of it, the picture looks so candy. When it came out, I'm like, bro, I know I'm eating some bullshit. Like,
there's a reason why they get their beef from the United States.
I threw it away. I threw it away, bro.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know we got the boy Mil on here, DJ Mil. We got my boy D Dulani on here doing his thing. Yes, sir. We've been live this whole time. Instagram ain't been messing with us a couple of times, but we gonna get it right.
We gonna be right. We gonna be
smooth. So we really wanted to get into just the transition. You brought this up. Do you want to get into the transition of just, you know, being an athlete? And I'm not sure if specifically being an athlete, but being an athlete and then just going into the real world, right? There's something in that realm. You want to expand on that?
I mean, yeah, bro. I think a lot of people undermine that state of mind, bro. Like, I even kind of did it. Like, when I really went through my so my senior year was going well, bro, and I was getting attention that I felt I should have always had early on in my career. But I'm, you know, like I don't want to say, well, I don't play no more. So I was illegally talking to agents around December.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, yo, you're gonna be a 1 year. And then we'll petition for the league type of situation. Then he's still my mentor, like my uncle, Coach Phil, who inspires me every day, bro. Like, and, you know what I'm saying? So I was talking to him. He was a big piece of.
Is Kendall dad?
No, Phil Handy.
Okay.
That,
Oh, yeah.
Coach for the Lakers. So,
Yeah.
And I still tell him to this day, every now and then, I had to articulate how much I was inspired by him. But, so when I was going through my whole season and everything was going well, bro, it's like having a rug, like being a little kid, having a rug swept from under you and you crack your dome.
Yeah.
And it probably didn't hurt that bad when you later on think about it, but at that moment it hurt.
It hurt bad.
Oh, it hurt so bad, bro.
Yep.
So, I mean, I dealt with a lot of BS, and I'm man enough to admit my wrongs in my story, but I also don't want to take away from the rights I did. So, dealing with a lot of BS, like late in my career, bro, I was trying to figure out exactly like, is this the end? Like, all right, is this the end? So like, I know for me, I came back home in 2017 and went to visit him, and we literally knew nothing, bro. Like, we were in North Hollywood chilling. I remember at the first, cause this when he was trying to rap. People don't know Mil was finna be a rapper. Like,
at the studio and hell shit.
bro, he was finna be a rapper, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be with you every step. Like, I'm gonna get on songs with you, everything. So he did like, bro, and still to this day, I think he should still get behind the beat.
Yeah.
Like, and just still be able to articulate your story.
Yeah.
Bro, like, he did like a whole, what beat was that? What beat was that? We was in North Hollywood, we just walked like.
J. Cole, 03 Adolescence beat.
Bro, a beat that you really gotta talk on. Like, you can't disrespect no J. Cole beat. I don't care what people say about the music industry. You can't just hop on his beats and disrespect. So, I mean, bro, I'm like, you a little nervous. We walk into the studio.
Yeah.
We talk. I'm like, bro, you nervous? He like, yeah. I'm like, bro, it's okay. Like, come on, I got you.
Yeah.
So like, when he up in there, he rapping, he messing up. Cause you know this not in our like. We didn't do this at 15 years old. Like, there's people who've been trying to be rappers their whole life.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we try to be basketball players or whatever sport. So, the whole story behind that is, I watched him. I asked him, I said, bro, how's it being, like, as people say regular, like, not playing sports no more? He like, bro, it's cool.
Yeah.
He was like, it's cool, bro, trust me, it's cool. I'm alright. Didn't really tell nobody I was like thinking about it, so
Yeah.
I ended up doing it, and I went to a bad depression.
Yeah.
Like, I undermined depression for sure because because I was always taught, my dad being a social worker, him seeing a lot of people who didn't have what I had, but also understanding that people had more, he made me always look at the positive in everything that was around me and everything I had. You know what I'm saying? So, that's when I really like, bro, I'm really sick right now. Like, bro, I shut myself out from the world. I was staying in Houston with my boy Tank, and then my people, my folks from Philly, who shout out to them, they helped me through my steps, bro. Even my boy Tank and Trey, like, and the homie Mike. So I'm having days, bro, my body and my mind is shut down.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a failure. I feel like I let my community down. But I also was like, bro, if basketball don't work, who are you really? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
And my father always told me, basketball is what you do, it's not who you are. So I took that like everything I do is what I do. It shows who I am, but it's not who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I give pieces of myself to it, so and I'm still recovering. Like, bro, it was bad, bro. Like, you go to a state of mind where you like, you question everything that happened before this moment.
Yeah.
And then you start to really see like, bro, this could have been different, that could have been different, so you beat yourself up.
Even more.
And then you don't really have nobody in your corner. Like, nobody's really there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to realize, of course, some of your friends there, but they still trying to figure out how to gauge your situation because at the end of the day, you dealing with yourself.
Yeah.
You're dealing with yourself. So, I was trying to figure out who I was. I was trying to be able to pick myself up and then keep going because at the end of the day, you remove everything around you, you got to find a way to have self-belief.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, you better than this. Then I'm talking to him. Like, he was a big piece. Like, his friends, like my boy Langston, my boy Marty, the other athletes, like, and Langston's one of my closest friends, just like Jamil. Just the same thing with Marty, one of my closest friends. We seen each other at early ages. So to be where we are now is like, all right, what's going on in your mindset? Because everybody don't speak what's really going on internally.
Yeah.
And so when I just got the chance to talk to him and then see where he was going, I'm like, all right, I'm not alone. Because I remember he told me back in the day, and I was feeling the same way. He's like, bro, I just feel behind, bro. Like, he's like, I feel like I'm watching all my friends progress, I'm not saying in a hating way.
Yeah.
You just want to move on with your friends. Like, you want to genuinely move on with your friends and not be a burden.
Yeah.
Like, everybody feel like you're supposed to take care of your homeboys because, like, y'all grew up together. But it's different when you empower your homeboys to taking care of them because you don't grow together like that.
Yeah.
So I had to learn from this situation and just the talks we had, you know, and just the upbringing we had. So I was like, man, I can do this. But you still, sometimes even at this day, like, you battle with it. Like, I could be here. And you got to pick yourself up every day. Like, it's hard being successful. We don't talk about that. It's easy to quit.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to quit and do the transition. Like, bro, I changed my whole life at 24 years old, going to 25.
Yeah.
People don't do that. But now I got to see what's around me.
For sure, I feel like the biggest thing is just like, you gotta understand. Once you can live with yourself, then you be cool. Like, the hardest part is just like, you got, especially when you play basketball for so long, you known around the area for being a basketball player. Every time you fucking go out, everybody asks you, bro, why you don't play no more? This, and that. Like, people treat it as if it's like, that's your life. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I mean, like, that's just something that I like to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's people that had like I was talking to my brother one time. He was like, man, like, playing basketball is like a gift, you feel me, and a curse at the same time. It's just like, you never know what else you're good at. You spend so much time doing this, like shit, nigga, Metro Boomin was fucking at his house probably, nigga, making beats, nigga, since he was 16. So he spent all this time practicing this. So that's how he found out what he was good at. Like, he behind the 8-ball once you trying to do something. Shit, nigga, dude, what's his name? Virgil. He probably was fucking designing clothes in his mom's house for so long. Like, you feel me? You playing basketball, like, that's a blessing in its own right, but shit that you might actually be good at, you will never really know unless you really, like, put that time and effort into practicing it. So I feel like it's died down some now that I be DJing and people, like, starting to know me for that, but it's like, at first it was like everybody asking you why you don't hoop no more, and shit just get annoying. You don't really want to.
And those questions hurt even more, like what you were talking about, D, is because when people ask you that, you've already probably asked yourself that, or you've you've had conversations with yourself about, damn, why is this not happening? Like you said, like why am I not at this level that my friends are at? Like you said, man, it's just like you want to find the answer to it, or you may know the answer to it, but the answer hurts sometimes even worse when you do find it, right?
For sure.
And then somebody, just random person who has a genuine kind heart may just walk up and be like, hey, like, wasn't you hooping? Like, what's going on?
Sure.
And then you just like, damn, like, I really was. Like,
sure.
And that, like, it hurts, bro. Like, I mean, I have been lucky enough to be refereeing for so long, but I mean, even with me, like, I asked myself that question in my referee career because I have goals and ambitions of being at the top level as soon as possible. And when you see people who you've been working with at that same competitive level continue to progress and get to where they want to get, you know, and they're there before you, it's like, damn, well, what did I do wrong? You know, like, what did I skip? And it's frustrating, you know. And for me, I have two ways I think about it, right? And I mean, it's either a flight or like fight kind of mentality. Like, either you're gonna really like fly with this and this is what you love to do and you're gonna run with it, or it's just you're gonna keep fighting these doubts and you're gonna keep just keep putting your attention to it, and you're not gonna be as successful as you want to. You know, and that works for me. Other people, you know, for you probably have a different method of going about it. Same with you, Mel. But that's what people need to find is how are they gonna deal with adversity, right?
Sure.
Like that's the main like platform, right? I mean, you may be able to speak on a little bit more than I can, D, but it's like once you have like been approached with adversity in your life, you have to either deal with it appropriately without letting it really consume you to the fullest.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You just gotta find like that balance, like you said, like you gotta know like how to push yourself. Like, of course, like if you upset about not reaching a certain level about when you want to, like that's, you feel me, that's a good sign. Like, okay, you care about what you're doing. Like that means you're gonna put in the extra work. You're gonna go to the drawing board and see what I can do wrong, this and that. But you can't let it consume you to the point where you missing out on, like, man, like I am the youngest person ever signed this contract in JUCO. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was talking with my brother one day and it was like, man, like you gotta enjoy the grind and enjoy these steps on how you get up, because like I was just thinking like, man, like as much as I want to be like going across the world DJing and shit, like I gotta enjoy when I'm at a place where I know everybody in here. Cause shit, you might get to a point 5 years from now where you feel me, you in fucking France, you don't know nobody in the club. Like, you feel me? That shit might not be fun to you. Like, you know what I mean? You might get to a point where every time you go out, like, you feel me, like, they looking at you for like what they see on social media or what they, you feel me? They not looking at you from like, oh, that's just Mil, that's my nigga, I grew up with him, you feel me? Like, so that's why you just gotta embrace the grind, the fun times, you feel me? Cause there's gonna be times where everybody, all your homies can't come out and see you, cause you might be in X, Y, and Z 3,000 miles away, you feel me? So you just gotta enjoy the grind, like, don't be so focused on don't be so worried and focused on where you wanna go that you forget or don't embrace like the fun times that you have. And, like, find fun in the grind, like, and that shit'll just pay dividends to you.
And that's where I think was hurting me, bro. And it took a long time, like, cause you have this image or you have this idea where you're supposed to be, and it don't work like that. Like, it really don't work like that. You start to see it, but because the perception of what's going on around you, and I'm not the one to get caught up in that, because for me it's easy. I'm gonna say it's easy, but it's helping the transition because I'm around people who are genuinely good people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you meet people, and I think this has always been like a bad stigma in the inner city and in the hood, is that when you get like our age, 25, 26, you an OG or you old. I'm old. Like, nah, bro. The youth is in the mind.
Yeah.
So like, when I'm looking at people like Pharrell or the Virgils, like, I didn't know Virgil was, I think they're 40, right?
Yeah.
And I use them as an example because the way they carry themselves, they keep themselves alive and in the moment, or they keep themselves, from what I see, they keep themselves relevant, or they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think because when you think of us right now, and I'm gonna bring it back to us, because we've been talking about us and everything around us, but we're good people. You can feel the energy. Like, this no matter where this podcast go, like, you know, you enjoy this time. This is a time you put in the memory bank and you keep on moving forward. So I try to be more protective of that as I move forward in life. Because at 26, I feel like about to have a great year, and not even just that, I work on trying to have a great day every day.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
that's the biggest thing right there, bro.
Sure, one day at a time.
Bro, and so when I'm doing my research, my father always told me, he said, you don't stop learning when you graduate from school. So I try to keep a book collection, I try to read. You feel me? I try to make sure the people around me have morals. If they're different, as long as I can accept them, then we're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's not too far-fetched from what I believe and what I, you know, at the end of the day, you live your life based on your lens, on how you see the world.
Yeah.
And I think when you kind of look at it like that, you don't put no pressure on yourself. You take it day by day. And then you see people, and you see what I like to do for myself. I like to look at successful people, whatever their model of success is, and see their backstory. So I follow a lot of people like Gary Vee, or just even seeing my friends who got pretty successful, or the on-hand investors I know that's 36. Like, oh, you were in my position 10 years ago, and then things change for you now. Like, I'm fine with that. You created generational wealth, and I don't think about the age. I think about how they live.
Yeah. Cause
you're as young as you're gonna be, based on how you live. Like, my grandma's, she might kill me, like 70 something. You know what I'm saying? 70 something.
Yeah.
My father's in his 50s, but they're up and active. They move. They go out. They like. It's not even about the money you're spending. It's about the way you live, the way you're living your life.
Yeah.
Like, how active are you?
And just real quick, I want to piggyback on that, bro, because it's like, how active you are can honestly be the determination of, I mean, I don't want to make it sound grim, but how quickly you go, bro. Because for me, with my specific family, like, my grandfather's 90 years old, right? He was in the war, he was in the Korean War, he was like involved in all that kind of stuff, bro. And you would never know he's 90 because just today he's fixing the bottom of a door handle because it's loose. So he's on his knees and laying on the ground like it's nothing, and he's getting up on his.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
It's amazing. It's really.
Bro,
amazing.
I don't want to be 90 like in a diaper, bro. I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a coach, Coach March, bro. Like, I thought he was younger than my head coach, and he was about like 60 something, still 60 something. I graduated with him. Shout out to Coach March. Yeah. Great, very disciplined dude. He's out there running with us, shooting the ball, playing, showing us defensive slides. He has a set, but the thing about him, he was a disciplined man. He had a set routine every day. Yeah. He came in with us while we stretched. He stretched. He did his push. He did about I can't even tell you about 10 plus push-ups to warming the body up, stretching. I'm like, you're a great example of what I see for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense of work ethic.
Yeah.
And then so that's how I relate basketball back to life. Like I've seen certain examples that are gonna help me. You know, with basketball, you meet people from all over the world. Like I met people from New York, Brazil, Denmark, Germany, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? LA, because LA and the Bay is not close at all. You know, you're from the Bay unless you really moved out there. You're not or travel. You know what I'm saying? But so it teaches you how to deal with people in different corporate atmospheres.
Yeah, it really does. I agree. I completely agree.
It helps with my networking, bro.
Yeah.
It helps with it. Like that's how I was able to transition. So I took whatever hurt me, I took the positive in what I did, and I took it to what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that. I like that. I like that, bro.
And you see it firsthand. Like I said, I keep commending him a lot because I don't know if I ever really told him, but he was a big reason of why I feel like I can make the transition. Him, I want to say him, my boy Langston, my boy Marty, even my boy Da, because he went through such a rough patch, and the way he faced it in his mindset now, let me know the way his mindset now is like where I want to get to. Like, he's very sure on what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm there, but it's like it's different because I've been in transition my whole life. Like, you know, basketball up tempo, fast paced. I've been in transition my whole life.
Yeah.
So you go to a place now where you gotta work on your half court offense.
Yeah.
So right now in my life, I'm still working on my half court offense. But I feel like with my business ventures and what I've been building right now with my partners, Derek, Lil E, Jamil, Bar E, like Maul, what we've been trying to build, life is about to go into transition.
Yeah.
Langston, Amadi, you know, now bro, I'm in Portland. I'm down south for business right now.
Yeah.
I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the life I want.
Yeah.
We're okay. If I want to fly, we going out to Brazil right now for a week. We stop what we're doing for a week. Don't gotta pack nothing, just go. And I think that's a reachable lifestyle.
Absolutely.
But then with that lifestyle, I can help other people now.
Yeah.
I feel you. I just look at it like once you're done doing whatever you know for your whole life, it's just like, shit, you gotta figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can either sit down and feel sorry for yourself that you didn't make it, and shit, 10 years from now, just be like still feeling sorry for yourself, or you can get your ass up and like try and find something that you want to do. Like, time ain't gonna stop for nobody. Like, nobody knows how long they got. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, for me, I just try and like live every day and just like inspire somebody, or you feel me, or learn something, or you feel me, just be a good person. I just want everybody to know, everybody that knows me, I want to be like, that nigga Mel was cool. Like, like, he was a solid dude, you feel me?
Yeah.
He wasn't, you feel me, I might not have been the greatest at nothing, but you feel me, everybody that met me, I was a solid dude. I was cool, you feel me? Everybody was like, nobody didn't like me, you feel me? Like, everybody was just cool, like, and I just want to give the same energy to everybody, you feel me? Like, as long as you cool, positive with me, then we cool, you feel me?
And you've always been like that too, bro.
Like,
Ever since we were young.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I respect that, bro.
I appreciate it.
Just that's why I wanted to have you two on too, is because y'all both cool as people. Like, I can have a conversation with y'all anytime I see y'all. It's always love. It's always positive.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure. 'Cause that was one thing I didn't like. It's like, you know, you grow up, you see niggas like that. You feel me? You might know them. You feel me? You might know them from playing basketball, and you see them around someone else, and they act like they don't know you.
That's the worst.
I just never been that guy. Like, I've just been cool. So you feel me? You just you appreciate people that's cool like that too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, one of the niggas that's gonna say, well, like, if I know you, I know you. I'm not gonna act like I don't know you. You feel me?
Exactly.
Bro, and I think personally, those are the worst type of people. Like, I hate to say it like that, but it's like people that you know, like when you see them in different atmospheres, like, bro, you ain't even gotta, I don't want nothing from you. Like, and I'm not saying that happened to me before, but I'm just saying, like, I watched it happen to people. Like, a lot of the lessons I got was from my own experience, but from also seeing it. Like, I done seen people talk about other people and then be all in their face. And I just sit back, I mean, I say that, but now I'm not really talking to you no more. Like, that whole, me even, it's what's up, we leave it at that. So, like, when you
had it firsthand, like, I had people that didn't speak to me, like, I start DJing, now they be like, oh, what's happening, bro? Like, I just suck down. I don't take no I don't take it personal. It's just like, that's just not some shit I would do. But, you know.
But that comes with the territory, and that's why I be real. Me personally, I'm real protective of my friends. Like I don't like when people fake mess with my friends.
Yeah.
Because like you wasn't there with us. Like I understand love you showing, but you wasn't like you was nowhere to be found or called when things was bad. Like when it was no outreach. So I try to like. And that's just me. I gotta stop being like that because like I'll watch people and I can't control what my friends doing all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to. But it's like, don't act like you cool because you cool with my friend or you want to be cool with my friend with me. Like I'm gonna keep you at an arm distance till I really start to be around you and see how you conduct yourself in public.
Yeah.
And that's big with me. Like
I feel you like for sure gotta keep my arms linked, but I look at it like 50-50. Like I don't take it personal because it's like some people that I might not have known them, but you know what I mean. Like before you feel me, you're accessible to certain people. Like they might think you're a cool nigga, they just never knew how to approach you. Or they just never, you feel me, we never really ran into each other like that.
Yeah.
So now that we in the, feel me, we finally get a chance to talk and shit. Like, oh bro, cool, you feel me? Some shit like that. But for sure, still keep them arms linked. Like you know what I mean. Like you know, I'm just not gonna like be
super
rocking
cautious
with everybody like how I rock with like the people that I know and shit like that. Like I'm not finna just sit down and do podcasts with any and everybody. Like you feel we got a relationship and shit. I'm not finna just be bringing everybody with me to everything I do. But for sure, like I just, you feel me?
And that comes with respecting your brand too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because you have the wherewithal to understand that you can recognize when people have certain aspects about their personality where it doesn't seem genuine.
For sure.
Right? And some type of faith. And you being a person of authenticity and being genuine, it's like, all right, I peep this about you, even though you cool with such and such, and I'm cool with them. I'm gonna respect my brand and respect myself, and just keep you at arm's length, but still be respectable to you because that's who I am as an individual. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. And I mean, for me, I try to hold my hat on that because I come across a lot of people like that. Just in my field in general, you know, you come across people that want to be, you know, better at what they do. Like for referees, obviously referee specific, but like you come across people that want to be great at what they do and they want to pull from your pool and they want to get the connections you have and they want to, you know, potentially try out it for that higher level, but they don't want to put in the work. And then they see you put in the work and they're like, I don't really like all this, I'm done. And it's like, well, I just reached my hand out for you, and now my reputation looks bad because
I feel you.
My mentor is like, who is this? Why did you recommend him to me?
Yeah,
you know,
but that's what I meant by that. Like, I know I came off super aggressive because I'm into meeting people.
Yeah.
But it's hard to explain, and I don't think everybody gonna get it. I don't think everybody's gonna get it. But it's like I said, go back to being judgmental. I mean, go back to being able to judge people without being judgmental.
Yeah.
So, but I also grew up in an environment where you gotta be like that.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that's great, but you gotta be super cautious of who you're dealing with.
You have to.
You know, like it's a lot of people for a fact, like didn't know that I stayed in East Oakland because of what was going on and around the people I was around. I was nervous to even have that out because.
Yeah.
If something go wrong, especially at an era around 2008, that's middle school going into freshman year.
Yeah.
Bro, like it can happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, it always kept me like, bro, you gotta move a certain way, and it wasn't always the best. And I think I may have shunned out relationships that I could have built, but it was like I also was watching how you were dealing with people and being around things, or how you were dealing with situations and people before I even encountered with you. And so, like, for me, like, I just try to, like, you know, protect everything around me.
You got to.
Because when you, like, and that just comes from a lot of pain and hurt. Like, and that's not always a good way to be. That's not the best way to be. But from dealing with a lot of pain and hurt that, like, most people kind of, like, glorify. When you see a lot of these things that go around, like, they glorify. Like, I see something, period, what I was saying, but I see something about the Juice WRLD cat, right? Like, I actually listen to his music every now and then, but like I seen somewhere something random. People was like, the best marketing is when you die.
Yeah, I seen that too.
With the rap industries, right?
I seen that too.
But you trigger that down to just the smaller world, us right now, right? Like it's like you try to learn how to protect that very early.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that to be where like you die. I wouldn't say like dying for nothing, but I would say more so like you just don't want to even put yourself in that predicament.
Yeah.
Where you even gotta like be on drugs or deal with drugs, but everybody have certain reasons why they do what they do. So you never take that away from anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I get you.
you know, and rest in peace to him because I've been around a lot of people that's happened to. But it's just like you try to protect that, and so you're very, after being hurt countless times, you're very cautious on who you deal with.
Yeah.
Like you're very cautious on it. I feel it because like pain gotta happen, but pain hurt when it comes from people you once loved or you don't expect it to come from.
Yeah.
So I guess the predetermined,
Predisposition.
not that, but you know they say premeditated murder.
Yeah.
I guess it's like premeditated like feelings.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel certain things. If I'm making sense, like
Yeah.
you want to stop yourself from even feeling that, so you don't even go that way.
I feel like the best thing is just not to expect nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
Just keep your expectations low. Like, I don't really expect nothing from nobody, you know what I mean? Like, it's certain people that I hold to a certain standard, but I don't expect nothing from nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta understand that you feel me, you're born alone, you're gonna die alone. Like, you gotta knock out your battles and your missions solo. And whoever rock with you, they rock with you. But when you start expecting people to like act a certain way or expect people to act how you act, that's when you're gonna get upset. Like, even with just DJing, like, if you expect people to conduct business a certain way that you will, and if they don't, then, you know what I'm saying, you can either be mad about it or you just like go into it like, you feel me, we just straight like on a business standpoint. Like, I don't expect nothing from you. Like, if it goes great, that's cool. We can work again. If it doesn't, then, you know what I mean, I would expect you to.
With that mindset of, I mean, because I've genuinely been curious, like, since you brought it up, with that mindset of not expecting anything from anybody, right? Do you feel like you lose a bit of the satisfaction of when actually people are genuine and they come at you with like real genuine emotions and stuff like that? Because I've wondered that, because I'm the kind of person where it's like I try not to expect much from people, but that's just a part of who I am, because I do a lot for people in return.
Nah, I feel you.
Right? So I'm just a naturally like nice and loving person.
I feel you on that.
And like I've always wondered from like someone who does have that mentality, like, do you feel like when someone actually is consistently cool and like genuine to you, like that relationship doesn't get the satisfaction from you as it should?
Nah, I feel like when it's like genuine and shit, like, then it'd be cool. I appreciate it. You appreciate it even more, because it's like, man, bro, it's solid, you feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you just gotta gauge, like, who you're expecting shit from. Like, if it's someone that I've known prior to, then I might have, like, a small expectation or something like that. But if it's, like, someone I'm going to, like, I totally don't know nothing about, then I'm not gonna expect nothing, you know what I mean?
I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
But hell yeah, and I feel you, I'm like the same way, bro. It's like, it's been countless times where I done did shit, like, you feel me, I do free shit for people sometimes, and like, most of the time they show love back, and like, sometimes people don't, but it is what it is. Like, I don't do it to like, see if someone's gonna show me love in return. It's just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I wanted to do. Like, nobody's gonna make me do something that I don't wanna do.
Facts.
And I'm not gonna do nothing hoping that someone does something in return for me.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, I just show love. That's just me. I show nigga love. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it costs nothing to show love.
If you come at me with a song that you want me to play, like, you feel me? If I get a chance to play it, I'll play it for you, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't get a chance to play it for you, like, you know what I'm saying? If you take it personal, that's on you. But, you know what I mean? Like, if I got the chance, like, if I don't forget and I got the chance to do it for you, I'm gonna do it for you. Like, it costs me nothing to play your song and have people listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's the, like, shit, somebody put me on to go on tour and shit. Like, they didn't have to do it. It cost them nothing to have me out there, you know what I mean? And, like, that's how I got a break. So I try and, like, you feel me, show people love like the same way that people show me love, you know what I mean?
Facts. But that's also your crowd though too. Like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like every day we uplift each other. Like we in the chat, right? And it's nothing but positive. Like we talk our shit, but there's nothing but positive stuff going on in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you around love, you put it out. And a lot of people, I guarantee you, a lot of people that hate or don't show love have never felt the feeling of love. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be super appreciative. Like I felt what real love feel like, whether it's from my parents or not. People not supposed to love you. Like people think because you brought in this world that you're supposed to be loved. And I've seen a lot of cases, or I know a lot of cases where people don't even love by the people that bring them into this world.
For sure.
So you gotta really value love. And that's one thing I do. Like I'm passionate about. Like if I love somebody, if I got genuine love, I'm gonna show it. No matter the atmosphere, no matter what's going on. But if I done dealt with you or I know about how you deal with certain things, I may still show you love, but I can't work with you or do certain things with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really be very conscious. Like you gotta be, and that's what keep the arm lift. Like I love you, but all right, would you be detrimental to what I got going on? I still can love you.
Yeah.
But it's always a bigger picture.
I love the fact that you just brought up that you got a group chat that's full of positivity and love. Because
Bro.
I feel like men our age don't have that at like enough or if at all. Like for real, like a consistent.
It's hard to come by.
Dude, it's really difficult. To come
Especially black men though.
Bro,
Especially black men. Like, not to make it about race, but
yeah,
like
no.
You trained to have your guard up and shit the whole time.
Yeah.
You trained that everybody. I mean, you trained to look a nigga up and down when you see him to make sure he don't think that you weak or something like that. I mean, you're not trained to just like embrace people and show love.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
for me, like I speak personally for me, like I'm surrounded by older adults, like older men when I work for the most part, like when I'm refereeing, and I have my group chat with of friends that I'm cool with, that I've been cool with for decades, and I don't like, I know them personally, and I don't try to seek the love and positivity from them because that's not what they communicate about. And I mean, that's their prerogative, that's what they do.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm fortunate enough to be around people and mentors that I can talk to just as much, if not more, where I can pull that positivity and love and, you know, motivation from. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I really, really wish that people, men, black men that are our age, have more of, bruh. And just like, if not a group chat, at least one or two or three like other men that they could come talk to and just motivate them to do better. Just keep pushing them what they do, bro.
Bro, but that's one thing I got from the South. I got some of my closest friends I met in the South. Like my homeboy Ty and my boy Mouth. Like them two, and my boy Jalen, my boy Marvin. It's a bunch of dudes, Griff, Kev, like dudes I met, Mel, we all met Zach, we all met Jamie, we all met, bro, like in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So I was seeing black unity, bro. Like, not saying I didn't see it here, but I was really seeing it in a sense of where like, oh, they're really helping elevate each other.
Yeah.
And I think as black men, we're raised or we're taught to not show emotion,
Yeah.
to take it on the chin and face the world with your fist up. And it was crazy. My father once told me, he said, you know, I said, I want financial freedom, Papa. That's what I really want out of the world. He said, man, listen, dude. He's being abruptly honest with me. He was like, listen, as a black man in this world, you're never gonna be free. And when he told me that, it made me really think, like, my freedom gotta be based on what I think is free.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I feel like you is free. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not caged up into what society wants you to be. Like, there's so many people that's caged up, thinking that they gotta be a certain way because that's cool and whatever. Like, if you free, as if you being you free.
yeah. And that's what I took from that.
Yeah.
But he was just letting me know, like, man, and we have to say, like, you know, people gonna, you know, certain people, certain ethnicities gonna always be right behind you.
There's tons of people that might got as much money as they got money, they could go wherever they want to go, buy whatever they want to buy, but they're not free and they not being themselves. You know what I mean? They stuck in the stigma of what they think is cool, and they can't even like operate. They couldn't even go do what they wanted to do. They couldn't even like show themselves to the world because it would break off the stigma that they built for themselves. So the moment they start acting different, it's bro, weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
facts. And I think that's my biggest thing. I don't mean to cut you off. I love that you said that, and that's why I try to keep myself around genuine people who are true to themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I feel like once you keep people around you like that, it'll help you move. Cause now you're not around somebody that you love, you genuinely love, but they're in this world that you're not into. This fake, falsified world that's being built.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I could just sit back and be myself. Like I could just, and I feel like the people who are successful, the people who the world may love, are people who are really themselves, whether they bad or good. Like whether they're wild off the camera, they're themselves. Like when you give yourself, when you're yourself, you'll get out what you put. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get
what you put out to the universe is what you'll get back.
Yeah.
So even if you're yourself, whether it's bad, you're gonna get bad shit back. But if you're good, you're gonna get good shit back.
Yeah. And I think it's like people subconsciously and consciously observe a free person, a free mental person. Like they're mentally not stressed and they're mentally just free of thought.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like subconsciously you'll be thinking to yourself like, damn, I want that, so I'm gonna absorb it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Or consciously you're gonna be like, I want that, I'm gonna try to think and follow their patterns, right? A good example is Gary Vee, right? Like that man, obviously he's created a big empire for himself, but he's on a platform every day promoting like free thought,
Positive shit.
free thought.
Like, bro, everything
Yes.
I see about dude is straight positive.
Yes.
Like, at this point, like, you cannot think a person who preaches that much about positivity is just doing that for money.
Nah.
Like, bro, like, the people I've met that are rich, I mean, like, real rich. Like, no Instagram, real rich.
Yeah.
The way they think, the way they operate is so different from the person who may have a little bit of money, but is parading their stuff. And I'm not saying a lot of people are like that, but are parading themselves, are always patting themselves on the back. Like, it's certain stuff like this. Like, imagine being a person who always gloats about what they do for other people. Like, we meant to say this when we talk about Gary Vee. Like, Akon.
Yeah.
Akon is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He is helping change the world right now, and nobody talks about it.
Nobody.
Because he don't put his stuff on front street unless he's asked.
Yeah.
Unless people, the interviews are digging.
For sure, and you feel me? You promoting like wealth in Africa. Like
Yeah.
niggas don't want to see that. Like you feel me? If there's so much like out there and like me talking about like investing in like gold and like not having no money in the bank. Like you feel me? You know if all them black people in the U.S. with real money like started investing in shit like
Take off.
niggas that would never let that shit happen.
Bro, it would never.
Nah.
Bro,
Bombing on you,
it's a story, and
You're
we
not
talk
gonna
about
fuck
it.
up you're not gonna fuck up like the wealth of the U.S.
Oh yeah,
Like,
facts.
everything.
What was the strongest bank? I feel like you would know. Africa was about to have the strongest country in the world at a point in time. Cause,
I don't even know.
bro, I don't even want to go into it right now, but it was a big time leader in Africa. They were about to start a bank and it was gonna have the most, like, basically they were gonna be the strongest country. They were gonna be the strongest country and got killed. Bro, I gotta look it up. I don't even want to go into it because I'm gonna misquote it
Yeah.
terribly.
Yeah.
But like, do your research on like who could have like.
Was it recent?
Nah, it was way back in the day.
Oh.
We talk about because like.
Talking about Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa, right?
Is that what we
He was
talking
like
about?
the richest man in the world.
Yeah, he
from
was.
Africa.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
and he about to change the
I don't know the whole story, but he was like,
banking system. He ended up getting killed.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
just
know
know
that
I
story.
know he was like one of the richest people in the world. And he was from Africa.
I gotta look into it.
Yeah.
I have to. And that's the thing. I gotta start really brushing up on things like that. Like, I read a lot of books that like help internally in the mindset, but I gotta brush up on my history.
Yeah.
Because one thing my dad always told me, he said, it is knowledge in the books. That's why he gave my book. The reason why I wasn't even fully scared to put the ball down, I know y'all know about this book, is The $40 Million Slave.
Yeah.
The thing is, I still haven't read this book to that day.
For sure.
But understanding what it was about
Yeah.
and understanding, really think about it, like, at the end of the day, do you want to be the person that signed the NBA players' checks or NFL players' checks, or the one playing? You just a hard worker.
Yeah.
And when we done with you, we dispose of you. That's how it is on the way up.
I look at my nigga Deion Waiters, like niggas getting suspended for what's it called? I forgot. Nigga getting suspended because he's not doing what they like, conduct detrimental to the team. Like you don't know what's going on. Like he might really be doing some shit that's detrimental, but I highly doubt it. Like,
I mean, they're playing well, so it can't be that
for
detrimental.
sure, exactly.
Yeah, you know what they doing.
Nigga, you don't act how we want you to act, motherfucker. You suspended. You know, nigga lost like 3 mil already.
Yeah.
Because they don't act how they want them to act. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like,
And when you
so they get as soon as they get a narrative about you that they want to spin. It's like, look at Melo. Like they spun a narrative that Melo was like. There's so many people that I see on social media and Twitter that act like Melo wasn't a fucking legend. You know what I mean? Like you would know,
Legend
like
is
you know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Is a legend.
Like,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? It's like as soon as they want to flip the switch on you, they'll do it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you can do about it for real.
That's so disrespectful.
because we don't control the media.
Like bro from what's his name? this dude from he used to play for the Nuggets. He'd be around in Oakland sometimes. He'd be up at Jamtown. He was like Kaepernick before Kaepernick. He was Muslim.
Chris.
Yeah.
I got the chance to actually meet him.
No, I know his
name. He changed his name too. My dad used to tell me about him back.
Oh, my dad did too. His real name when he played at LSU was Chris Jackson, right?
Yeah.
It's like Abdul Sharif.
Yeah.
Bro, I got the chance to really meet him, bro.
I met him too.
I got the chance to really meet him, and like, those are the people I'm inspired by. Like, bro, when I met him and even got to shake his hand, I'm like, bro, like my dad was telling me about it. He made me watch you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Cause you stood for something.
It was nice. You know what I mean? But as soon as you don't do what they feel is right, then your job taken away, gone. You know what I mean? You out of here.
Like the whole thing, Kaepernick was basically taking a knee for police brutality, but they let the sheeps, as I like to say, the sheep, they follow the crowd, paint this narrative that he's going against the U.S. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, shit, he is going against the U.S.
Yeah.
If you look at the U.S., the U.S. wants you to live in fear. The U.S. wants you to, you feel me, like abide by what they want you to abide by. You know what I mean? And I want you to think for yourself. I mean, the U.S. don't give a fuck about us. So he is going against them.
Yeah.
So I said, we as black people don't care about us.
Hold on, just to backtrack, Muhammad Abdul Rauf.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come on, bro.
that's what it was.
Like, one of my favorite things is you gonna stand for something or you gonna die for nothing. Like, as cliche as that sound, people throw it around like, bro, like,
Yeah.
I would rather be remembered as somebody that was broke, but he was always real. He stood with not even broke, because first and foremost, I'm not going out broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going out broke, so let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
But for somebody who, I rather people remember me for my character being intact.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered as a good person before anything. A good person, a good friend, a good son, a good brother, a good father, a good, you know what I'm saying, mentor, whatever it is. I think, and one of my favorite entrepreneurs and my favorite rapper, before people got on the hype of him today, was Nipsey Hussle. Like, me and my whole circle of friends, like, that was, bro, like, that was our guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, he was our Master P.
Yeah.
And just like Master P was Master P for him, he was our Master P. So when you get to see that, I really believe in the highest human act is to inspire. And that's what made it so hurtful for me to walk away from basketball, because I had so many kids and people like who would reach out to me like, yo, thank you for short guards and da-da-da-da, or just being from the area I come from, bro. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people like talk about it, bro. I grew up in a dope infested neighborhood, bro. Like, when you are older to really articulate that, like, I grew up in a dope infested neighborhood, shootings in broad daylight, where the police sit at the corner of where my house is to watch the traffic that goes on. Physically being in a trap house, you know what I'm saying? Like, not because it's cool to do, but this is my neighborhood. These are my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watching people, like, we had a designated dope fiend, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my dad only let a guy, and I don't mean to call him a dope fiend, he's a person who was on drugs.
Yeah.
Blind and deaf. Blind in one eye, deaf in both ears. He was the one who we let get the recycling out of our trash can. So, like, when you see that, but you also get the chance to have friends, like, who live in Alamo or Black Hawk, and you get the chance to see different worlds and keep your mind open.
Yeah. That's one thing about AAU basketball, just growing up in that young basketball culture and being teammates and friends with people who have families from different economic cultures or economic classes. It's like, it can be very, very, very motivating, dude. And I'll never forget, for me, one of the moments that really got me was when I went to Houston with the Rebels and the Oakland Rebels in I ain't that old.
40 years old.
Back in 1955, no.
1960. Boy, I tell you right now, well, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. They love saying, you don't know nothing.
You don't know, man.
This ain't no real rap. What is this? Put on Luther Banjos.
Oh my God. But it was like back in 2006 or 7. We went to Houston to go to Dylan Jones's dad's house. Back, I don't know if y'all remember Dylan Jones. Tall,
Name sounds so familiar, bro.
His dad used to play for the Green Bay Packers. Anyways, he was on my Rebel team. And they had a nice house in Sugarland, dude.
Oh, Sugarland.
Yeah, he see.
Oh, I
knew
know
you
about
knew.
Sugarland. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you go to Houston, you gonna like Houston, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I want to get property out there. Like, I want to go back and have property there, bro. Like, I'm always gonna make that a destination. Like, Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston, it goes down. For a larger city, it goes down, and you get into some things out there on every level.
Yeah.
On every level.
Damn. Nah, he had a house that I've never, couldn't even fathom in 6th grade. Like, movie theater, like, just two sides to the house. Like, literally 2 sides, let alone a full basketball court in the backyard. Like, a full 94-foot basketball court. And Dylan was out there every single day, quote unquote. He didn't play like it, but he was supposed to be out there. Shout out to Dylan John, my bad, bro. You gonna hate me for this, but oh.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, nice, just motivating.
Yeah,
Very
for sure.
Very motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, no,
Something else on?
I mean, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations on getting this up and going.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Thank you for even, bro, reaching out to me, like, feeling that, you know, that and see, this is where it come into being genuine to that. Like, bro, you reached out to me. I was in shock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many other people's stories that you can hear, and the fact that you reached out to me and like, yo, you, and then, you know, well, who else you know? And I'm like, Jamil.
Yeah.
Not even just that, but just having us on here is so dope, bro. Like, because these are the moments, right? Then this, a year from now, this shit popping.
Yeah.
And then now people recycling the first episode, because things like the podcast are gonna, you know what I'm saying? Podcast, it's certain things with technology are gonna always last.
Yeah.
That's how you market it. And so my piece now is to help you market it. No matter if I'm on it or not.
Yeah.
I want to see you do great things. So it's like, because it's genuine. But thank you for having me on here. And for the people that tuned in, bro, thank you. Like, genuinely.
For sure.
I appreciate that.
Nah, I just want to say, for this being the first episode, I wanted to really have genuine, honest, young black men that I know I could call genuine and honest and actually truly mean it, and have them be my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know y'all, we don't communicate every day, you know, but I know that I can reach out to y'all and have you guys on this platform, and it'd be a real in-depth conversation that people in our social circles would want to hear, and things they would want to know about our lives. You feel me?
Yeah.
And maybe it's gonna help their life. I know there's probably a couple of things in this episode that we talked about that people are gonna hear, and it's gonna be like.
And they should have tuned in. Like, I feel like if people that know us didn't tune in because it's not where it is, I'm off it. But you know, that's how it go in your earlier stages. Like, your hometown, most people around you not gonna support you until everybody else do.
Yeah.
That's how it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's cliche, but that's how it is, bro.
Yeah. They're gonna come back to this one for sure. People for sure gonna
They
come
need
back to
to,
this one.
because in the next 2 years or year or two, we all gonna be popping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna, and I'm gonna always recycle this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I see.
Yeah.
Like, I expect next year and the years after to come to be big years, because now a foundation has been built. Even before that, the bricks of the foundation are coming together. Now it's time to really build the house.
Oh yeah. And the house is gonna get
You know
built.
what I'm saying?
The house is gonna get built.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
You know. I appreciate y'all. My boy Mel.
Yes, sir.
My boy Dulani. Look at, we've been on this. Hey, we've been recording for 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Man, I love it though, man. I'm gonna listen to this shit again. I'm gonna hear myself, make sure I was articulating myself properly.
Nah, you was,
to get
bro.
better. I hope so.
He was. Y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Shorty be on my ass for my vocabulary, but you know, that's how it be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she gonna do what she came with. You know, you met me, I'm gonna get better, but you know.
Facts. Facts, bro.
I can only be me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I keep that energy. Cause you gonna love me for me.
You got to.
You gonna love me for me, or you not gonna like me?
So that's
But I know you're not gonna like me just cause you just don't like me. I didn't give you no real reason, you just don't like me.
You fool.
I'm a likable person.
Hey, before we leave, y'all want to drop your social media handles, push that out there, let people know so they can hear it?
Yeah, you can follow me at Instagram at DJMillions55. Forgot my Twitter. But yeah, just follow me on Instagram. You can find my Twitter on there too.
Yeah, but I'm _do93, _DU93. You feel me? And then you can follow me on LinkedIn too. You know, I like to conduct business on LinkedIn. A lot of people sleep on that LinkedIn. That's my first and last name, Dulani Robinson.
There you go.
I don't really got a Twitter like that or anything else. Kind of Snapchat is non-existent.
Yeah, that thing died out.
For sure.
It's still, you know, people still be really rocking with the Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah. What we need to get on TikTok, but I'm not in an atmosphere where I'm just making creative videos. Like, I think it's dope, but I'm just like not anywhere that people I feel like want to see what I'm doing?
I would say read into it first, because I read a lot of articles, and it was bought out by a Chinese company called BitChat, and they've had some issues legally. So
With TikTok?
yeah, TikTok, yeah.
Hey,
So,
but TikTok is going up though.
it is, but then also your information is going up. But we gonna keep that on another episode. I appreciate y'all. Follow them. Follow these gentlemen. These are some of the leaders, the next leaders of the Bay Area, Oakland, California, pushing their content, pushing their crafts to the next level. If y'all want any example of how to be a great young man or a great person in our generation through this whole social media craze, these are the people y'all need to follow. I appreciate y'all, my brothers. I appreciate y'all.
Till next time.
Yes,
Till
sir.
next time.
I'm gonna have y'all for sure gonna come back on. We gonna have a quick update, maybe 4 or 5, whatever months we gonna talk.
Bet.
Shit, gotta have it.
Bet.
With that being said, make sure y'all watch the Stepback on Instagram,
Watch the
YouTube channel.
Stepback. I hope y'all Stepback was nice too. Mine was nice.
I wasn't skilled enough to
My
have a
Stepback
Stepback.
was you feel me?
I had no coordination. I was traveling if I took a step back.
Bro gotta take a pee hella bad. Look.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you wrapped it up like, man,
With that being said, appreciate y'all. Hope to hear from y'all soon. Episode 1 of the Stepback podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's been amazing. Love y'all. Thank you for listening in this far. Hope to hear from y'all soon. I'm gonna take y'all out with some real Oakland music right here. Hope y'all appreciate this one.